coming up. Find out how the Wilson High School crew team is getting more district teens out on the water.
And we're getting you dialed into DC's new radio station, bringing you all the sights and sounds from its historic launch.
And white hot competition makes its way to the district as pro air guitarists battle it out for a national title. All of that straight ahead on this We Are Washington Features special.
We're here at the Thompson Boat Center today with the Wilson High School crew team. The first crew team established by a high school in the district and still the only remaining one today. And I'm lucky to be joined by the boys novice coach today, Will Mitchell. How you doing, sir? Good to have you here today. Thanks for having us out.
Thank you.
We're here talking to him today, and you might be wondering why I'm dressed like this and why I'm talking to the novice coach today, because he's dealing with a novice, and we're going to talk about the Wilson Crew program, and he's going to be teaching me some of the skills necessary to go out on the water. There's a varsity team at Wilson, but before they get to the varsity level, you're part of making sure that they understand the fundamentals and how to get out on the water and do the things properly they need to do to become competitors.
Two of the biggest things is one, discipline. They don't have any discipline at this age. And then the other thing is just body awareness and understanding like how to use their mind to control their body in ways that they have not had to engage with up till this point in their lives.
Okay, now full disclosure, like I said at the beginning, I wasn't joking, I'm actually 100% a novice. Yeah. I've had no experience rowing on the water. Talk to me a little bit, walk me through what I'm going to be doing today and what you're going to be teaching me today.
Sure. So as with the rowers, we'll start on an erg. So it's kind of a rowing machine. It helps you get just a general sense of what the stroke is like. And then we'll use a dock box, which is just basically a boat seat out of a boat on the dock. So there's a ton of stability, and you'll be able to kind of feel what it's like to put an oar in the water without actually being in a boat. And then we'll actually get in a boat with some novice rowers who I've been working with since last fall and go out and see what it feels like.
Well, I'm excited. I say we don't waste any more time. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm in. I'm strapped in.
Looks good. Make these tight. So I'll have you take a stroke first and just see what naturally comes to you.
Assess how I do.
And then we'll build off of that.
All right.
So here, I'll have you pause at the catch. So
okay.
Come up here, and I'm gonna hold this, and you're gonna try to pull me.
Okay.
And the big thing here is trying to, as you pull, get as much of your strength coming from your legs.
So I'm gonna pull even with you going that way.
Yep.
Okay.
So feel those legs.
Yep.
Right. So what you want is to try to sit up tall, right? Get that curve out of your lower back, upper back, and really feeling that brace coming from your legs, right? So I'll let you go now.
After a quick lesson on the proper row technique, it was time to get a little closer to the water. What we're carrying is called a dock box. It simulates the feel of rowing in the water without the consequences.
Pretty good placement there. You usually want your hands around shoulder width apart on the oar.
Okay, so like about here is good.
I would bring it a little bit closer actually.
Okay.
I like that. I like this one closer in.
Okay.
Yeah, gives you more leverage, right?
Uh-huh.
So as long as it's comfortable, and then you want your shoulders relaxed, sitting up tall, chest up, chin up. That left elbow can be a little bit up so that you get a flat wrist with your left wrist. First step is you tap down, then you get your arms away.
Like this?
Yep. Okay. And then body comes over, pivoting at the hips, so not with the legs yet. So take the stroke. And then you tap the blade out, okay? This hand stays flat.
Yep.
This wrist is now bent through the recovery.
All right, I feel like I'm getting at least the hang of how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, definitely.
While working on my skills in the dock box, nearby, my new teammates are preparing to take me out on the water.
So I learned a few skills today. I got a chance to learn the fundamentals. I might be ready, so I went out, I found a team. I got a team with me here now, and they're nice enough to let me join them, even though I don't know, I might end up being the oldest. I might be the heaviest guy on the boat too, I'm not sure. Do you think I can do it?
We'll try not to flip.
We'll try not to flip?
We'll try not. Starboard push off. Can we just take a couple strokes to bring it across?
You're on port side right now. If you pull up on your hands, that pushes the boat away from you and it tips you towards starboard.
Now, nice and easy. Getting a little bit of power, a little bit of speed. Try and come up the slide more. So we just take a couple strokes to bring it across.
Eyes forward and try to start thinking about what that blade must be doing without looking at it.
The key to it is trying to keep your body weight straight. Fine. The outside arm is where you pull at the end of the stroke.
All right, so what time are we racing this weekend?
8:30 tomorrow, 8:30 a.m.
So what time should I be there?
7.
Yeah,
7.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Good job today.
The young man at the end told me, good job. And I laughed at the end because it seemed kind of funny that he would say good job because it didn't feel like I did a good job, to be honest with you.
You looked very natural.
I appreciate it. There's a lot to remember. One of the things that I was chatting with some of the teammates, my teammates about, and also the coach, was that there's like a whole glossary of terms that you need to know to do this, let alone all of the little strokes that you have to make and the movements of your arm and just the position you need to be in, and also keeping in mind the rest of your team on the boat too. So
Well, I think you have a great future.
I appreciate that, and you know that's really the nice part about it is I had the crash course. I had the one afternoon of learning to do all those things. But what's nice about this program is that it is for anyone in DCPS who would like to come try their 2-week novice program, and it's very, it's one of those things that it's unique for the district, and anybody can go give it a shot if they want to try to suffer through what I did.
And truth be told, I did want to see you end up in the water. Maybe next time.
It almost happened twice, so
okay.
maybe, yeah.
All right, maybe next time. Don't go anywhere. We have plenty more to come on We Are Washington. DC Radio is on the air. We'll tell you what you'll be hearing on 96.3 HD4. And later, the competition has never been hotter. U.S. Air Guitar crowns its national champion in D.C.
Welcome back to We Are Washington. If you haven't seen this logo behind us yet, you're going to be seeing a lot more of it. We're cutting the ribbon on something pretty special tonight, right?
You know, so many people have worked for so long and just dreamed of this moment when DC Radio would launch. We're here. It's very exciting, and we're going to show you why you are going to want to be listening.
Right this way. Right this way.
With our channel 96.3 HD4, check it out for all of the shows. We will continue to communicate our message about our city to the entire world.
To be able to launch a radio station for the District of Columbia and our 680,000 plus residents says a lot, because our voice will not only be heard locally, but heard nationally.
DC Radio is the city's new HD4 radio station. It's a station that is broadcast on Howard University's WHUR's HD4 signal, and it's also broadcast online at dcradio.gov. We want to have programming that they can't get anywhere else. This programming allows the residents of the District of Columbia to find out what's going on with the government, find out what's going on in the communities, find out what's going on with the creatives, find out what's going on with the DC music community. It's hard for artists to get their stuff played on the radio, so now they have a voice, they have a place to get their music played.
I think this platform is going to be really important to artists who are from the area to not only express ourselves, but to also create other opportunities for other artists.
This is one of the most exciting things that has come to Washington, D.C. I love the fact that DC Radio has another voice. It's so exciting, I think, for the world to hear what Washington, D.C. is doing.
I think it's a monumental event to have DC Radio, have a DC radio station. DC is kind of like an arts hub that doesn't necessarily get the credit it deserves. So hopefully this is another step, positive step.
I'll take the competition. I am here for it. I'm so excited that the city has this. It's such an amazing establishment, and it's so, like, the caliber of it is amazing. It could go toe-to-toe with any other radio station, and I am so here for it.
Oh, for the launch of DC Radio, I just want to capture a special moment. So I have Mr. Jim Vance and Mr. P.D. Green, which symbolizes DC Radio.
I'm excited for jobs being open for folks in the business. I'm excited for the jobs that it will bring to this community. So I see past the competition and I see only the good in it.
I am so excited. This is just the best news for a happening city. There's so much going on here. We need our own radio station to focus on the wonderful things that we do here in the great Washington, D.C. area.
Well, I think DC Radio is a brilliant idea. I mean, to have a voice for the city, and the city is changing. We've got a growing demographic. It's so diverse. And to have our own radio station here to be able to capture those voices, I think, again, is just brilliant.
And I'm just excited that we have another radio station that I know is going to have some good quality information put out there. And so I'm excited about it. So I had to be here to support.
DC Radio 96.3 HD4, Washington.
What a special event. So many great performances part of it too. Big night. And one of the things that may have been lost in the confusion because there was so much happening and you showed us so much there, the first official thing we heard on DC Radio after Michelle Wright introduced all of the great introductions for the mayor and the city, Chuck Brown.
Of course. I mean, could it be anything else?
Yeah, right, yeah. What
Nothing else
would
would have been appropriate.
That's right,
And
yeah.
clearly we're still celebrating.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to be celebrating for a while because we've still got the balloons.
We took home, we took home some things to commemorate the event here. We brought them back to the set with us. So right.
Exactly.
Yep.
So a lot of fun with that.
Coming up after the break, do you have airness? Find out if you have what it takes to compete in the U.S. Air Guitar Championships.
If you've ever dreamed of rocking out on stage but never learned to play an instrument, we've got just the competition for you. The U.S. Air Guitar Championships were held right here in Washington, D.C.
Die-hard air guitar enthusiasts came from around the country for a chance to be crowned the 2017 U.S. Air Guitar Champion and to go on to compete at the World Competition in Finland. Part rock concert, part comedy show, and a whole lot of fun. Here, take a look.
A friend of mine and I discovered that the World Championships existed, and this was like 2002, and that there were countries from all over the world sending their champions to represent the country, and the United States was not represented. And we felt like if there's one thing in the world that the U.S. should dominate without controversy, it's this. I think we're the best country. We've won the most world titles. We hold the world title now. But oddly, we always feared Japan, and Japan's very good. But the strange one is France is the other one. So I'd say the US, Japan, and France are the superpowers in air guitar. Probably the judging criteria. The first one is technical, like are you convincing us that you're sort of playing what we're hearing? Second is stage presence, so that's now harder. Like how many people that do that are crazy or stupid enough to do it on stage with the whole hundreds of thousands of people watching. And then the last one is the hardest, which is the je ne sais quoi, airness factor.
My name is Aristotle, and I'm the reigning 2016 World Air Guitar Champion. A friend of mine bought a DVD. It was a documentary called Air Guitar Nation, and it chronicled the first year that these competitions were taking place in the United States. The philosophy behind the competitions are that if everybody in the world were to hold an air guitar, theoretically you can't be holding a rifle, so boom, world peace. So I thought this was the craziest way to promote world peace that I'd ever seen, so I signed up for the next competition.
You know, I'm the old guy, 6 times Mid-Atlantic champion. You know, getting up there, you have to be technical. And that's when I started, I'm just like, that's all I was doing. But you have to create an art on stage. So you have to be very, very entertaining. I've been involved in U.S. air guitar since 2003, but I still haven't won the big dance yet. So my wife, Mrs. Shred, will be here. If I ever win the U.S. championship, I told her I'd retire.
What brought you out tonight?
Spur of the moment. We just walked by,
And you said
felt it. Yeah, we got to do it.
What about you guys? What brought you out tonight?
Groupon.
Oh,
Groupon brought me out tonight.
Are you guys ready to see some excellent air guitar tonight?
Absolutely.
Oh, is your husband Shred?
I know doing this on stage has been like at least the past 10 years, but I think he's been playing air guitar for 30 years maybe. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Yeah, I don't really understand his like affection for this, but I'm here to support.
Tell me, what's your inspiration?
Well, you know, I just love these air guitar children. They are so precious, and it's kind of fun.
It was great to be with all of the air guitar players from all over the U.S. and a camaraderie that we have.
It's like mime, comedy, rock and roll. I love every aspect of it.
Well, that about does it for this special edition of We Are Washington. But I did really want to mention to everybody watching who might have been inspired by the air guitarist that this is really the time to break out the air guitar and start practicing so you can be ready for 2018.
Practice every day, you know, make sure that you're getting your chops up and all of the glamour and fame from the National Air Guitar Championship could be yours, right?
Exactly.
We got to find a way to get to the national, not just the national, they do a world competition.
The international, the world competition, yes.
We got to find a way to cover that next,
exactly.
Right? All right, well, that is all the time that we have for you today. We'd like to thank you for joining us and checking out our feature special. But don't forget, you can see all of our programming on our YouTube page. Search Entertain DC. And we showed you in the radio launch. You can hear us on the radio, 96.3 HD4.
See you next time.